Good evening, everyone. So lovely to see you on this beautiful Wednesday evening. It is Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It is so great to be here, and I've got wonderful Skye with me. Now, she is a familiar face. She has been on a LOHY Live before. Welcome, Louise. Everybody's starting to join. But I was looking for a model, and I was like, actually, we did a really different style on your hair last time you...
It was very...
Sorry, everybody. I meant to swipe up to get rid of something, and it took me into it. Yeah, your hair was really long last time we styled it. So Skye's just had a big chop because she's about to have another baby. And she's just had some highlights put through with one of our team in our salon. And yeah, so tonight we are going to talk through, I'm going to ask Skye to explain what she normally does with her hair and which products she uses. Good evening, Sue. It just feels like I'm sitting with all my friends when I see all the same names, like all my same people join. I'm like, yee! So yes, so I'm going to ask Skye what she normally uses on her hair. And then I'm going to explain, I'll start doing her hair while she's doing this because otherwise it'll take forever. Then we're going to explain why I would agree or maybe offer a suggestion. Now, my purpose in doing this is we keep getting a lot of questions, and I think Skye is lucky to be able to live near us and come to the salon. She's kind of watched a lot. She's a long-term curly of ours. But for some of you who are fresh on the journey, this is going to really help you understand kind of what is behind my head when I have an A or a B or a C, or sometimes I say, oh, mix a bit of that in with this and blah, 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 blah. So I really want to make sure that I'm giving you guys as much of my brain and knowledge as I possibly can, or whatever's left of it after children, after my day. I told my husband I was going home for a little half an hour rest in silence in my bedroom, and I was going to close the curtains, and I never got that. But anyway, maybe when I get home. So yes, so Skye, maybe if you want to start, pause. I'm also at the end going to talk through the rain check, okay? So I'm going to use it on my hair a bit and show you guys that. So that I'm going to save till the end once Skye's looking all beautiful and delicious. And then I can show her as well. So Skye, do you want to talk through what you normally would do with your curls and how you layer the products? I mean, you already have one child, so time is not rich in your life. So yeah, hit us with what you normally do.
So I am a LOHY. I use the whole range. So my wash is always the Nourish and Flourish shampoo.
Yeah.
I then, depending on how dry my hair is feeling, I either use the Drench and Quench or the conditioner.
The Nourish.
Yeah.
I mean, the Drench and Quench or the Nourish. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it's a squishy dry, and then I go in with my cruise control.
Yeah.
And then my oomph, and I layer that in and then brush it through.
Yeah.
And then a little scrunch, but because my hair's so fine, but there's lots of, if I scrunch too much, it's frizzy mess. So a little scrunch, not much, and then diffuse if it's in the morning.
Okay, can I pause you there just for a question? So, because to me, fine hair, do you like bigger curl clumps or do you like smaller curl clumps?
I personally prefer bigger ones.
Okay, tell me why.
I just think they look so juicy and delicious.
Okay, cool. No, that's good. I just like to know. On
me, I find how my hair would naturally go if I just let it to air dry and scrunch too much. It get the 2-minute noodle effect.
Oh, so if they're too small, the clumps, it just looks, there's actually too much.
There's too much going on.
Yeah. Because Skye is probably a 3A. So in terms of, I could be totally wrong, but this is old branding, so I'm putting my hand over the old one. The new one's down there on the floor, but this one's here. So Skye is probably like a 3A, whereas I'm a 2B to 2C. Okay, so just to give you context of her curl pattern.
Yeah. And I get tighter curls at the base and underneath than I do on top.
Okay.
So, but after a diffuse, if it's still too crunchy and I can't quite get it out, a little bit of Hush over the top just to break it up.
Okay.
And break it down.
And like, how much oomph or cruise do you use?
I think probably...
Hi, Ray.
Probably close to 3 pumps of oomph per side.
And do you have the 1 litre bottles? Or do you have the old bottles?
I still have my old bottles.
Yeah, okay, well,
I have a couple of new ones.
Tonight.
I've got a couple of new ones. I'm slowly getting there.
That's all right.
But the litre bottles are super handy.
Yeah.
It took me 14 months to get rid of my first litre bottle of the shampoo.
14 months?
14 months, and that's 3 people in my house using it.
Whoa! One of my girlfriends, she has it in the shower and she thinks her kids just pump it down the drain. By the
mine's
rate
up
that
high.
She goes to...
Mine's up high.
Oh, so funny. She'll be in shock that you could survive 14 months. 14
months. I only got the
Abby,
new one.
can you believe that? 14 months. She'll fall over laughing.
I only got the new little one
watching.
the other week when I was in getting the foils.
This is already sounding like it's going to be so helpful. Oh, Del. You're going to have so much fun tonight. Now, for those of you who are new, there's already a lot of you online tonight. I think this making an event thing has really helped us all. But the best way this works is you interrupt me. Now, it's actually working tonight. The last 2 lives we've done, the comments haven't come up. So, oh, look, somebody's just put a comment, one of our admin team. So please do ask questions. I really care. Obviously, I'm showing you Skye's hair tonight, but if you have struggles or questions, and you could be watching this when it's not live, please ask questions, type them in. Me or one of our team will go through and answer every single one of them. And if I don't answer it, then just keep tagging it. So yes, Renee, yay for comments. I know. Oh, anyway, so because it's just been about 10 minutes since I've washed Skye's hair, I've just come back through and dampened it down. Because of how much, even though fine strands, Skye has a lot of strands. So I'll just get you to bend forward. I've just sectioned out this top kind of horseshoe. Sometimes I call it a mohawk. How long is her hair?
Wet, collarbone length?
Yes, but curly, it's probably just touching your shoulders when it's styled. So I've just re-dampened it back down purely because we've been chatting. So I'm coming in with cruise control first. I'm going to show you guys how much I'm using. Does that look similar? Yeah. So cruise control, I was training a new stockist this week, and she said, oh, it felt a bit light. And I was like, oh, girl. I feel like it punches quite good. But anyway, she just might be used to a different kind of a leave-in. So for me, I feel like this is quite a deceivingly rich product. You still do have shea butters in here and some coconut oil. So there is still some quite good, like, punchy, heavier hydrators. It does still have your cucumber extract, which is a really good lightweight hydrator because we're not trying to weigh down. We are trying to, I guess, prime the hair and give it... Thank you. I'm new to LOHY. Just have the root clips and love them. Oh, so good, Del. Okay. Sharon, I've got to press see more. I have top layer with a tendency to look stringy or ramen noodle look.
2-minute noodle look. It's a real thing.
Okay. Would Schutzbar be better upper? Oh, what do you think, Skye? Being a guru?
Being a guru. I tend to use Schutzbar more if it's not windy.
Okay.
Mainly because I love quite a lot of movement through the day, and not a big crunchy fan.
Yep.
So Schutzbar when it's like a hotter day.
It just broke up all your curl cons and made them small. Now I have to go back.
Do that?
Oh, I've got to put more product in. It's okay. Sorry, keep going.
So yeah, Schutzbar for me all through on a warm day, just to give it that lightness.
Now, I have put, it's very runny oomph for those of you who have never used it. So I've used probably about a 50-cent size in my hand when it first got squeezed out and then it spread.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Always
find...
windy in Northwest, Tassie. Then oomph is for you.
It's always... Yeah, okay. Yeah. So stick with
so you
the
need more
oomph.
hold.
Whereas for me, with my wavy, smooth hair, if I don't put Schutzbar in, I'm up the creek. Like, I just have, like, princessy hair. It's kind of gross. I like my hair with a bit more grit and movement and... Yeah, so for me, Schutzbar is a must. So that's like the difference. This is why I hope tonight's really a great educational piece, and I'm going to have some different curl types. My next, our next one is going to be someone with really like fine but not a lot of hair. Skye has fine but lots of, which is also a complicated routine, but then fine with not a lot of hair. It was one of my girlfriends. I completely forgot. She keeps telling me to use her, and I forgot, and you already accepted. So now I was like, I'll use you next, Ray. So Ray will be here next time, and she's got a cool curly fringe, and we'll talk through how she styles that each morning for work and stuff like that. But yes, so fire away with your good questions. And I'm trying not to fiddle with Skye's hair too much because I like making little clumps. So yes, anybody have any other questions? Because this is good question time. So obviously with the ramen noodle top, I wonder, I'm just going to go deeper on this because the upper is more 2B and the lower is 2C. Do you think, I don't know, are you using cruise control on your hair, number one? Because I find that kind of does give a little bit of weight to the hair to maybe relax it a little bit if you don't want the noodle look. Do you think, Skye, or do you think...
I would be so frizzy and disgusting without cruise control.
Yeah.
It just adds enough weight to it, even if you're not putting in more of a gel type product.
Yeah. Yeah.
To weigh it down. So in like the peak of summer when swimming lots,
yeah,
I will only use probably cruise control.
Yes.
Because my hair's constantly
getting
wet, dry.
Yeah. Okay, Renee, I have Schutzbar, but I've never used it. How can I add it to my routine? There's two different ways. Once I've finished styling the wet styling of Skye's hair, I will tell you how I could add it in and then I'll tell you another point when I would add it in. So wait a second.
And then Jessie.
I've not used cruise control before. Is it okay on long, fine, wavy hair? Jess, because I do know your hair. She's one of our clients. So Jess's hair, how do I explain it? It just is ultra shiny, quite smooth. Similar to mine, but finer. And so I think that cruise control, unless you were like kind of swimming every day, like what Skye was just saying then, I would say cruise control might be a tiny bit too heavy for your hair, Jess. Yeah. Good question, though. Good question. Keep these awesome questions coming. Kim, Jessie, I use it in mine and the kids. Well, there you go. Here's two friends just having a chat. So Schutzbar is for firm hold compared to oomph. Yes. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that.
Yes.
There's multiple ways to use these products, and I guess it really comes down to trial and error for you personally. And some days you may go, oh, golly, that gave me ramen noodles and I don't like that. Or, oh, that's too soft for me. I like it lighter, or I like it crunchier, or whatever it may be for you. For me, I washed my hair on Monday. Now, today is one of my favourite hair days. It's grungy. It's got a little bit more texture and grit to it, but on a wash day my hair is so smooth and healthy and hydrated. And I always plan it like this, you know. Monday's always my cringy day. And so sometimes for me, I'm about the long game. I like to get nearly a full week out of my wash days. And I know that my first 2 days are not my favourite, but I can grin and bear them. Everybody still loves them, but they're just not my personal favourites. So I guess what I'm trying to say in the whole helping you diagnose what products is, don't wash it maybe straight away. Because sometimes you could sleep on it and it might actually turn into hair that you actually really love. And it might have just turned crunchy on the first day. Or like Skye said, if it goes a bit too crunchy for her liking, she puts a little bit of hush in. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I do still love for a face oil if there's a little bit left on my hand.
Yeah, I mix it in with my my leg cream when my legs are really dry, like all the time at the moment. I'll like amp up my leg cream every now and then. So would that be too smaller curl clumps for you, Skye?
That's fine.
No, that's okay?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just making sure. So what I'm doing here, guys, when I'm styling the top of Skye's head is I have already distributed the product, but now I am just creating cleaner curl clumps and more consistent sized curl clumps. So you can see I'm using the Flexi brush for this. I got to show Skye a new product that's coming out soon. And it's not the cold shoulder guard, which for those of you who don't know, that's because you're new to our LOHY lives. But something is coming in a few weeks that is really cool, and Skye may be wearing one of them. But yes, no, there's a different thing that is coming, and I'm very excited to launch it.
Oh, Christy's got a question.
Oh, I'm just going to open it. I only wash my hair once a week. Good girl. But I wet my hair and restyle it every day. Oh, I can't shower without wetting my hair. Oh, Christy, you have to do you, babes. But I could not be bothered. Ooh. I don't have the time to like go through the wetting and the drying and the whole thing for me. I think one of the greatest things about having curly hair is the fact that for me, I like my hair a little bit messier, so I like it as it wears. For Skye, it probably drives her batty because of the sheer amount of her fine strands.
Yeah.
So this is like two different hair types. Me, thick, smooth hair. All I want is Tizzy, more textured hair, and she just wants my smoother,
Swap.
weightier. Let's do a swap.
We'll do a swap.
So yeah, so this is like, I can't tell you to not shower and wet it down. That is a complete personal thing, because if it feels like the only way for you to wash away your day, it might be what you need, water immersion. Maybe just see if you can, I don't know. I can have a bath without wetting my hair, but some people can't have a bath without wetting their hair. But I don't want to wash my hair regularly or have to blow dry my hair.
No.
So you can continue to wet your hair every day. If you have the time, go for it. It's not wrecking your hair though. What's the worst thing to do for your hair is to, which we're a curl group here, so it's not really what we're doing, but is to like subsequent days like re-straighten or like hot tong your curl. We're not doing that. You're just resetting the structure of your hair, so that's fine. Okay, Sharon. So my first 2 days are, no matter what, are high volume. Looks good in my opinion, but I love it on 3 and 4 with a refresh. Listening to this, it sounds like cruise control and oomph to control noodles and frizz. Yes. Yeah. My hair gets better with a refresh. I refreshed it today. I had to make a video for something, a 30-second refresh video. That was very hard to do. I did it in 40. I took GST. But yes, so I definitely think, like what Sharon's saying here, is wear your hair a little bit longer, because sometimes the things, it may just be part of the journey, and I don't know. I think of it like a loaf of bread, sourdough. You know how like you can just splash water on it? Well, it takes ages, but then when it's cooked, you can dunk it in water and put it in the oven for 10 minutes and it's fresh again. It's so incredible. Anyway, there's so many questions. So yes, there we go. Renee, my favourite day is 2 to 4. I actually wear my cozies for 2 days. Yes, she does. I've had clients tell me they've seen her in Kiama. There's this girl that wears your cozy in town. The cozy just does something, and when I use it on freshly washed and dry hair, that's so good. I love that, Renee. Okay, Christy, I've got my styling down to 30 minutes, so I don't feel it's too bad. Yes. Yeah, good job. Don't straighten your hair. And yeah, this all comes down to what's comfortable for you. Like what Skye has available in her week is about to change when she has a second child. For a moment, hopefully she'll gain some time back to herself and her body back to herself a little bit. But it's hard. So take from this, I think the encouragement would be wear your hair its entirety of however long you can sustain it with scalp and oils or, you know, whatever. If you have to wet it down, that's fine. If it fits into your life, then do it. But just understand you'll get different hair as it wears. So it's not a failed wash day if you don't like the result. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Welcome. Oh, so many lovely people watching. Okay, so I'm going to get back to doing Skye's hair and just keep asking questions. So we're quite wet. It is clumping and doing its thing. Now, Skye said for her hair, if we squish it too much, it's going to make it too frizzy. So I'm going to give it a light squish with our cold shoulder guard. And then we're going to start diffusing. And after I've squished it, that is when I would do my first possible application of Schutz Bar. But I'll talk through that in a second. So if you want to lean your head just to the side a bit there, Skye. Yep, gorgeous. So when I touch curly hair, I might just pivot you a little. Yeah, perfect. When I touch curly hair, first of all, I'm just going to clean my camera. Oh, that looks way clearer. Don't tell Bianca's going to kill me. I like to use what I call crab claws. If you get in and pick up like this, you're messing up and disrupting the curls. So picking up like so, and then we place either your LOHY glove or eventually soon you'll be able to put your curl quencher and cold shoulder guard. And so I'm just pulsing it like it's a little stress ball up at the roots. And then I let it fall gently. A lot of times, people are inclined to do, I'll show you, to do like this to their hair. And I think they think that it's going to get their hair drier quicker. When in fact, you're actually going to cause a lot more frizz. So, especially with finer hair, as we were just chatting through, you really want to make sure you're very delicate with it in this moment. What's that made out of? So this is a sample. So this isn't exactly the finished product of our cold shoulder guard. It's got the fabric number on the tag here in Chinese. Oh, yes. But it's a polyester woven towel, and it has a really tight woven loop. I don't have one of the gloves here with me to show you the option. Or do I?
It doesn't
nope,
look like it.
Nope. There's a lot of lights here, so it's hard to see what's in the background. And the purpose of our towel fabric is that it is microfiber. Is it? I don't call it a microfiber, and that's, I think, my husband answering. Sorry, Ronnie, you're wrong. Mr. Lowy, you are wrong. I don't like microfiber because I think microfiber in my head, when I touch microfiber towels, they always Velcro to that dry spots of your hands. You know that feeling, Skye? I don't like that.
Stick to everything in the dryer.
So they would stick to your little flyaway strands. So our woven towels are created to not catch on calloused, catchy skin, and they do kind of Velcro to other towels if you put them through the dryer, but not so severely. Basically, when you pulse up, like I did on Skye's hair, I'm not going to demo it because otherwise I'll make her hair frizzy. And I pulse, I'm squeezing the water into the towel as I pulse, but the product stays like a slurry on the surface. So you keep your hand in the one spot and work your way around, pulling the water out, but pushing the product back into the hair. So it's really great like that. Wendy, hi. Struggling with the amount of product for very thick, long, wavy grey hair. I would say, Wendy, one of the best things for very thick, long hair is your pre-treatment of Hush. We did a live on this with I can't remember her name, but anyway, I will try and find the video for you, Wendy. It's one that we can only keep in the group just due to the client's request, but I did a video on how we use this product in her hair and how she gets a full week to 10 days out of when she uses Hush. So, and she has really coarse hair. Okay, so now would be my point where I would possibly add Schutzbar. I don't feel the need today. I think let's just keep it really simple and show people the simplicity of LOHY. There is a few different products in our range, but we try and keep it all as simple as possible. So let's go ahead and plug in my hairdryer. Hopefully my phone is charged enough. Yes. Yeah. If you have questions for Skye, though, please also feel free to ask a non-hairdresser. I think it's really important. Everything that Skye has learned is also purely just because she's trialed and errored and learned about her hair, but also just kept going with it. I think that's probably one inspiring thing, is to keep...
You have to.
Yeah. Now, when you diffuse, do you diffuse your hair normally, Skye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do the cup diffusing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Just making sure I'm doing what she does at home.
I'm trying to train my toddler so I can lay down and he can diffuse from the
Oh.
Not going so well.
I've just been trying to teach my kids to do the laundry, but you're doing hair training. That's epic. All right. Get them started young. Toddlers on diffusing. I love it. Sharon, Hush is so good. My favorite product. Yes. Yes. It completely transforms the surface of your hair strands for people that have coarse, wiry hair. Completely transforms it. I'm a very tactile person, so if something feels dry, I don't cope. Yeah, so I don't like it when hair feels dry, and Hush really helps that instant moment of feeling. Curious, did the other hair dryer, the Blisma, arrive? It did arrive. I just have had no time to make my video, Renee, because I'm going to do a compare. Last live we did a compare the dryers, and we were going to do the Bellissima, the Shark, the Dyson, and then the Silk Bonnet. That means I have to wet my hair down, put product in, and dry it 4 times in one day. I'm going to come in on a Saturday. I just don't have time during the week. So yes, I will get to that. And we'll make it like a quick little fun video, not too long-winded. I noticed you're not turning the hairdryer off and on. Correct. But if you could see me in person on the Dyson, I have what's called a cold shot. And so as I bring it up to the scalp, just so I'm not roasting Skye's head, I do turn the cold shot on and then off. So I'm regularly doing this. I think I just have an internal subconscious thing to do that. I always thought I had to only turn it on when the hair was all in it. Yes! I think if you haven't put enough gel in the past, people used to use diffusers on damp hair. I don't know, did you always use it on wet hair?
No, so I was a serial straightener for many years. And then when I first started learning how to make my curls work and be healthy, I was just going in blind, so it would be like nearly dry, and then I would be trying to get the diffuser in there. Or all of it when it was nearly dry.
And so that's the difference with what we really recommend. You can refresh it and you can apply product to dry hair. It's not going to get as long as the stain and as effective of an application. So applying from wet, and if you put the product's roots to ends, you can diffuse your hair and not turn it on and off. And you're going to get great results, Del. Really good. Okay, Barb. Newbie here. I love this. So many newbies tonight. See more. Day 3 after and Schutz bar. How do you stop the drop of curl? Do you water, wet, or add product to fine 2B hair? Do you want to answer that? For refreshing?
So refresh days for me are usually day 3 and 5.
Okay.
And then I wash again on day 7. Yep. So on day 3, I only wet.
Yes, okay.
I only wet it down. And
do you
then
use a brush at all to reclump it, or you just wet?
I just wet and then finger fix what needs fixing. So
just
anything
like a twirl or something? Okay.
Anything that's fallen quite to be wavy, just twirl it with my finger and then drop it and let it set normally. Day 5, I tend to add a little bit more Schutz back through. Just to restructure.
Good. Whereas for me, I would use water and a little bit of oomph on day 3, and then I'm just now just a rain check girl, and maybe cruise control on day 5 or 6. Because I find I start to lose too much moisture by the end. So yeah, maybe for you, Barb, wetting down the curls without the product on your day 3, and then give them a little twirl to remind them that they can curl. Give that a go. Christy, I like to hover diffuse for the first 10 minutes before I start to kick the hair in the diffuser. That is a really good technique. Do you sometimes do that with your hair, Skye?
No.
Purely time?
Mostly, yeah. So I do all of my wash and style of a morning because I just don't have the time of a night to do child bedtime and all of that, and I can't go to bed with wet hair. It drives me up the wall. Yeah. So everything for me is in the morning right before work. Yeah. So it's quick.
Christy, I have done that before, and I found I get dressed and sometimes, go and put some lunch together or do something, and then I come back and start diffusing. I do find I spend less time with the diffuser because I've kind of let the hair just start to take its own shape, found its own way, and it's a little bit drier. So I do agree, if you can afford the time, just some days it doesn't work. Don't we know that? But if you can afford the time, either waiting 10 minutes or, go and make breakfast and then come back and start diffusing. That would be a good way. Now, if by chance you have gotten to this point and you're at home, not right now, but you're at home tomorrow or the next day or whenever, actually doing this on your hair, and if you get to this point and your hair is looking fluffy and frizzy and it's not looking like Skye's hair, it's okay. Just realize you're on a journey of learning about your curly hair and healthy curly hair, not just curly textured hair. So one thing you can always do with curly hair is if it looks messy when it's wet, it's going to dry messy. That's your first indicator, is before you start drying it, if it looks messy, then it's going to dry exactly like that, if not intensify. So you can grab the brush, wet it back down a little bit, maybe add a little bit more product, and those things will help give you better definition, better curl, all that kind of thing. But yes, if you do not get this result from doing exactly what we've just done, do not lose heart. Send me a private DM of a picture. I'm happy to help you. Or even put it in this group. There's so many wonderful people that you've already heard asking questions or offering comments that you may get some advice from. Do you ever stick your head upside down when you're just using it, Skye?
Pre-pregnancy, yes. Now, not so much.
Yeah.
Just to get, before I had the volume clips,
Yes.
that's how I would have to do it to get the volume up here.
Yes.
Because when it was so long and heavy, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Now, in your hair, we've had some different reviews where in like my kind of curl, the volume combs almost put a kink and don't let the barrel happen so much. Do you find that the volume combs interrupt your curl pattern, or you don't?
Not so much. So I put them in halfway through diffusing.
Yes, because I was going to say this would be when I would put them in your hair.
Yeah.
If
So
I felt the need.
not wet.
Yeah.
Because that's when I do find I get like a weird flat spot still.
Yes.
But when it's just like sort of getting to that nearly dry part,
Yeah.
then that's when I would put them in where I'm seeing it not do what I want it to.
Yeah. So that's a really good tip for any of you who maybe have tried the volume combs and maybe they haven't exactly given you the results you are after, is putting them in when your hair is soaking wet. Your hair hasn't found its way yet. So just wait 5 or 10 and let your curls start to dry and take shape. Then you could slide them in. What I'm doing here today is I am just, if you're watching, I'm slowly moving her hair from side to side to get the hair not drying in one motion at the roots. So I'm kind of doing it because my arms aren't attached to her shoulders and it's not sore. So that's what I'm doing sneakily up here. Renee, I find wetting hair between each product, cruise control water, oomph water, power water. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Okay, Christy, just had to ask that question. I put them in halfway through now after trial and error. Good job. Now, for me, this is when I apply Schutzbar. I feel like it intensifies my waves. Have you ever put it in damp?
No, but I did use the hairspray when it's been damp.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't use hairspray when it's damp. Did it turn bad?
It wasn't too bad because I put a little bit on my hands.
Okay, yeah.
Just to firm up the base curl, not so much on the root.
Yeah.
And it kept my ends from frizzing.
Oh, so good.
Because I sit in aircon all day.
Yeah.
I find by the end of the day, sometimes I'll walk out of the building and
It's all gone.
I'm a big puffball, and I go, when did that happen? And no one told me.
Yes.
So a little bit, just not directly sprayed, but just a little bit on my hands, just to make them tacky.
Yep.
And then just up in the bottom.
Yep.
And then finish off diffusing, and it lasted the whole day.
That's good. So what I've done here is I just used about 3 pumps of Schutzbar, more like 2.5. And reason I like layering it on now is it's now just actually building the final curl finish. I feel like it's a stronger approach, and there's not as much weight to the hair. So now I can kind of get more shape from the product. So that's why I personally preferring wavy hair to layer it. So if you're trying to build more shape into your hair or bigger volume, then I would say try layering your Schutzbar. Now, I want you to try this your next refresh. One of our stockists, she sent me a DM and she goes, next time you refresh, Jo, spray some, hold it on your hands and mix some Hush with it. Ooh. And you can put that over the top of your flyaways that kind of need the strength of the hold it, but the oil of the smoothness of the Hush.
That's clever.
She was like, anyway, I tried it on my hair. I personally only use Hush as a pre-wash treatment, so I found I didn't enjoy the oil. Like, I don't enjoy it as a styling product. I enjoy Hush as a treat product.
I love Hush in summer the most. Like an hour before we go swimming, I dose my hair, and then like you're swimming chlorine.
Yes.
And then you come out and your hair's not disgusting.
Ah.
It's not strawy.
That's good. I will try that on my kids. I have tried using the volume primes halfway through, but I seem to end up with a cockatoo crest. Okay. Here is one tip I'll give you is, obviously if you've got quite tight curly hair, is all you need them to lift is however much, wait, how do I say this? You don't have to make them go exactly like that. You could slide them in and get them kind of interlocking, but not really high up. Don't know how you see how they're not really sticking up. I could put them in and go total, like, see how they're sitting a lot higher here. I've bunched in a lot more hair. So just understand, sometimes on the side, you could put them both on the side if you're trying to get more width, as opposed to feeling like a cockatoo through the middle. I personally would use mine more on the sides because that's where I like the most movement. I'll naturally get height here because I wear my hair on the side, but I like more width than I do height. So that's probably a good tip to use. Louise, that's who it was. I've never thought of trying Schutzbar like that. What state are you guys in? We are in New South Wales, a beautiful area called Nowra or the Shoalhaven. It's a little bit of everything here weather-wise. It is not as humid, like because we're south of Sydney. I don't know, have you lived in other states, Skye?
I have lived in South Australia.
Okay.
So, but I've lived in quite a lot of regions of New South Wales as well.
Do you find it particularly dry here for you, or
no? So
we're quite in between.
Yeah, it's not Queensland humid.
No.
And it's not Western New South Wales dry.
No.
It's just that really beautiful happy medium.
Yeah, we're quite spoiled.
Just windy.
Golly windy. Christy, I like to use the Hush to scrunch out the crunch. Yes. I found I went through a bottle really quickly. I need to reorder this more this week because I love it so much. Oh, that's cute. It is a banger. One of our clients, she just comes in and buys 3 at a time.
You need to make a bigger bottle.
I know, but it's so tricky because I don't know if any of you have skin serums that are oils and they come in glass and you get so worried. What happens if you knocked it off your vanity and it's smashed? Anyway, I should do a test because it's quite a thick jar.
My old branded one that I still have hasn't broken yet and it's been dropped a few times.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
But I do prefer the dropper because the old brand one was like the shaky one.
Shake bottle.
Yeah,
I know.
messy.
Great, that's perfect for hair, somewhere in the middle. I'm in Victoria, so much the same hair-wise. Yes, definitely. Got really long hair to my bum. Okay, Stella. We currently have it at half price. Ooh!
Oh, win.
Everybody, Ronnie's just put Hush at half price. We let this man be at home by himself. He's actually one of the most generous human beings ever, so...
Now it's time to buy 3.
It just makes sense. Yeah, go and buy 3, everyone.
That's like a good buy one, get one.
My granddaughter has inherited my hair type. I shared Hush for her use while she was here. She and her parents are in Fiji. My daughter said it was the best before swimming. Yes. Miss 7 is normally in the pool 3 days a week. Last 10 days, many times a day. No frizz. So good.
So good for swimming.
That's incredible. Oh, Stella, here's your question. You have hair down to your bum. What would be the best product? Okay. Depends on what you're after, Stella. I'm happy if you want to drop a picture of your hair in this group so I can see what kind of curl pattern you have. As we've been talking through this video, and you'll be able to watch it from the beginning once we finish filming it, once it finishes being live. But for Skye, she uses Cruise and Oomph. Cruise to help control her very naturally fly away hair, and Oomph to give it the softness yet still definition. Now for me, I need stronger hold because my hair is quite heavy, and so I use the heavier gel pow, and I just use even less cruise control than I used on Skye's hair because otherwise my hair gets too oily or too weighed down. So yes, that would be my kind of the two kind of, I guess, indicators. If you have quite heavy hair and you're wanting more curl or more movement, then you'd want our stronger hold. If you have quite flyaway hair, or you don't like a lot of producty feeling, then maybe the Oomph and Cruise Control would be a better. We're nearly there with the dryness. So the last time I did Skye's hair, we did a styling tutorial on how to do mimic a trend that was kind of spoken about in an account that I follow who's a trend forecaster. And so we did effortless cool girl hair, and it worked beautifully. I think it was a really good way to look at doing your hair differently. And so even if this may be your new default, just know that there's still fun things that we'll either show you on here or things that you could just explore with your own natural curls that are going to just keep your curls fun. Alicia, does Hush protect against chlorine? So oil and water don't mix. So if you're putting it on, as Skye has just mentioned, now I have not done this, so I'm going with Skye and I can't remember, Christy from before, okay? So if you put oil on your hair and allow it to soak in, it will create a natural barrier because the water won't be able to penetrate through that. So yeah, I don't know. Give it a go. I'm going to try it. It's not warm enough in my pool to swim. So.
There's heated pools in there. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Then it affects my wash week.
Go on wash day.
I have a pool. It's basically my foot spa. All right. Are these products available in Tassie? We have... Yes. If you go to our footer on our website, I think I have 2 stockists in Tassie. I have one salon that just sells my brushes and my cozies. I Am Hair. They've just recently moved to a beautiful new spot. And then I also have, I think, anyway, on the footer there's a salon finder. Go there. It'll tell you. Hair looks so much shorter than when you started. Yes. Ray's our model next time. She's going to be our little cute model. Renee, when I use 3 products, I always have a white cast. Yes. It's quite normal because you are putting quite a lot of surface products on the hair. So, one of our LOHY lives, we're going to just focus on hydration. A lot of our lives are more on styling and how to layer the product. But everything you put on afterwards is what I call a lip balm. It's a topical application. So if you are layering more than one product, it is likely that you may get a crema or a whitish kind of cast as it's drying. Once it dries, it'll be clear, it'll be gone, it'll be great. So... yes. Oh, Hope is on here. She's one of our stockists in Victoria. Sharon, it is from a few salons. Quick ship from online. Yes. When's? That's it. I couldn't remember if she was in Victoria or in Tassie. But When's in Launceston. Tell Skye When's or Ren. I call her Ren. She's a beautiful curl stylist, as is I Am Hair. There's some great curl stylists down there, not a lot. I don't know the population number though, so it might be enough. Anyway, Ronnie's just put the link for
Salon Finder.
Which is a great way that if you're sitting on the fence about buying some of our products and you don't want to pay the shipping, then it's definitely good to look for possibly a stockist near you, or maybe near your parents or near your best friends, and get them to go and pick it up for you. Beautiful. Now as the hair gets drier, what you'll find is that the heat from the diffuser will feel hotter on the scalp. So it's really good you can see here I'm just holding it on these ends where I need it to get a little bit drier. But I'm not overcooking her scalp. How do you normally wear your hair? This is for you, Skye.
Very, very similar to Joe. So I tend to I don't have a natural part. So I just sort of jam a finger in wherever it's looking like it's going to flop over, and it goes that way.
And you just wear it out normally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that it's shorter especially.
Yes. Yeah.
See, Ray probably has similar curls to you, curl form.
Yeah.
A tiny bit curlier around her hairline, whereas your tighter ones
down around my neck.
The nape.
Yeah.
Just this side's a bit damp, and then we'll be able to watch Skye scrunch out the crunch. Do you know what you're having, Skye?
No, we're going to get a surprise again.
Oh, so beautiful.
I nearly found out today, though, because as soon as she put the wand on...
She had an ultrasound today.
And as soon as it went, it was on the bum, and I was like, oh, close your eyes.
Oh, how controlled are you?
Oh, it was so beautiful the first time at being surprised, so...
Yeah. My roots take forever to dry. Why is that? It's because the air can't blow through them. It's a sounding board, whereas all of this, the air can move through and keep passing. The moisture can get out, but the roots really struggle. Yes, just a big blockage. So yeah, that's why it takes that little bit longer at the roots. And it would also depend on the porosity of your hair. Like some people's hair, it just goes dry so quickly. The hair just doesn't hold on to the moisture. So that's also a contributing factor as to why sometimes some people's hair takes a lot longer to dry. That's why I use Hold It, because I'm always in a hurry. So Hold It for me speeds up my drying time. Oh, there was such a pretty little ringlet under here. I just lost it. Anyway. Gone. Gone into the abyss of the curls. Do you want to have
my
a pinch?
curls changed during my pregnancy? No. Okay. Not yet.
No.
No.
You did say at the basin.
After pregnancy though, when I had really, really bad postpartum hair loss my last pregnancy, and I got so many short little hairs around my face.
What did you call them?
My Sid the Sloth hairs.
That I couldn't. Who have not watched
Ice
Age, then you don't know how cute Sid the Sloth is.
But I couldn't do anything with my hair. I couldn't tie it up because they'd stick out. I couldn't have it out very well because there would just be like a half a curl and then a really long one, and they'd just be all over the place. So yeah. Post-pregnancy is when I noticed the most change.
Yeah. What is Hold It? Have I missed a product? You have. This is Hold It. Hold It is our shimmer hairspray. It's under review at the moment. Hush, hush, but I can tell you guys because you're our squad. So this is our new Hold It. It doesn't have the shimmer in it. But Ronnie might be hating me right now. But anyway, he has a lot of, we have a lot happening at the moment in our warehouse, and this is about to be undertaken. So for some people are finding it's just a bit too sticky for their hair. So we've reformulated it with just a little bit less stick. So we'll tell you guys. We'll tell everyone, but we'll definitely tell you guys once it's remade and we have it with less stickiness. I find it fine for me because I need more. But so thicker hair types it's totally fine for, but for some fine textured hair it's just been a little bit too sticky. Okay, Kathy, I have tried numerous curly hair products and just found these online. Had an order ready to place when I saw the email about this live tonight. I've just placed the order. Oh, so fun. So glad you met us. Lol, my hurry was this morning. Dried it in the car with the hair vents.
Oh, we've all been there.
We do that. How does Hold It make your hair dry faster? The alcohol base in it. It kind of pushes all the excess water out. So that's how it makes it dry quicker. I'd love a live on how to use claw clips, scarves, putting it up in general. Good. Is shimmer okay? Yes, the Hold It's fine for your hair, Renee. Now I'm going to get Skye to show us how she would unscrunchy crunch her hair.
Unscrunchy crunch.
It's a very proper terminology, okay? I can hold the bottle for you.
Need to.
I'll be your assistant.
Alrighty, so just a couple drops. Not very much, maybe like a 10-cent piece for my whole head. And then I just rub it into my hands until it's nice and goopy. And then same as when it's just starting to dry, just once up and then a pulse. And then whatever's left on my hands, I just pop it on my face because it's so nice. And when you sit in air conditioning all day, and you work with people who are noisy and
You need something nice to steal your mind.
Soothing.
Soothe your mind.
It soothes.
So this, I would not fiddle much more with Skye's hair. Otherwise, it's going to expand too much. But as you can see, the shrinkage is gorgeous. The curl shape is amazing. Very touchable, a little bit crunchy, but it's because I've only just finished it. So I would imagine within half an hour, that last little bit would soften out. Does it? Normally?
Yeah. Normally, Hush works pretty quickly.
Yeah.
To get rid of anything that's you don't really want there. Yeah. And I don't like a crunchy feel.
Yes. Is it completely dry? Yes, it is completely dry. Sometimes though, when it's first set, as in like the curls are set and dry, because it's all sitting together, it almost looks like it is still a tiny bit wet. It's a weird thing. They will slightly, what I call puff, the curl clumps. Like if you look at my curl clumps versus Skye's, you can see that mine are a lot fatter and puffier. That just happens over the next few days, which is why we were talking about I like my day 3, day 4, day 5 hair. Some people like the day 1, day 2 hair. And that's kind of the difference, Del, in terms of that. Looks fab. Does it soften more? Does your curl keep softening?
Tomorrow morning they'll be super soft.
Yeah. Oh, you just answered that. Funny. Okay, now I am going to... That one has no rain check in it. I'm going to turn the camera over here. Now, we were filming a podcast I'm really into. Do you listen to them?
Yes. And I've seen that you were on it.
So it's a podcast. These two hilarious mothers, they do have a bit of a potty mouth. So if you don't like listening to swear words, then maybe don't listen to them. But anyway, we have sponsored their goodie bags for their show that they've got coming up. And so Rain Check is gifted to them, but they did a little feature on their podcast to say thanks and talk about our new product. And so while we were filming me listening to it, I was like doing this cash, like, oh, watch this product. And I realized I found the best way to apply Rain Check to your hair is to decant it in your hands, like I just did.
Oh, that makes sense.
And just rub your fingers through. Now, I'm going to come in close here so you can watch what happens. I do have darker hair. This is how I was applying it before, and we're going to build some content around this, but I just need a bit more time in my life. So I was just dusting it through my hair like so, and then flicking my hair to the side, which is fine if you're a blondie. Not so good. My nail technician, she has like proper black not Polynesian, Persian hair, the other P. And anyway, she finds that it still puts too much powder in her hair. So what I would recommend is, if any of you have ordered Rain Check or you're on the fence about it, is best way to apply it is fingertips and then massage through your key sweaty or oily spots. And you get a light amount of texture. I don't know, have you ever played with it yet?
No.
I'll put some on your hand. Have a little feel. This is a...
Oh, it's a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, fresh review.
I thought it would be a bit heavier.
No,
but it's more...
There's like a tiny bit of grit. Very subtle.
But yeah, I thought it would be heavier, like baby powder heavy, but it's so light.
Yeah.
And it just disappears. And it smells really good.
Yes.
Like all the other products, it just smells really good.
This one has got vanillin.
Ooh.
It's vanillin powder. When it arrived, we opened the container and I was just like, I could just sniff this one forever. So anyway, so if you have got Rain Check or you're on the fence because you've experienced a talc style or powder style dry shampoo, and you've thought in your dark hair it's not going to work, it is. When do you use Hold It? I use Hold It on drenched wet hair. So it is like, I do the towel like I did on Skye's hair, and then I spritz it through my hair, about 6 or 7 sprays, but spread around my long, thick hair, and then I start diffusing. What about sleeping? How do your curls look in the morning? I wear my cozy. Just had to... So my cozy goes on. I wear this every night without fail, unless I'm on like day 6. And then nothing can save my curls. I more care about the cleanliness of my cozy by day 6. So I'm like, I'm going to make my cozy so stinky. So I put my cozy on. Now my hair is longer than my cozy, so I give it a shake and squish my hair down. So I kind of have this very sexy kind of vibe. And then in the morning, I pull it off. I go to the gym. I don't do a lot to my hair in the mornings because I like the tousled, grungy kind of vibe. Do you wear a cozy?
No,
Skye?
because I'm a bit of a rough sleeper.
Okay.
So I do have one, but I find that because everyone that sleeps in my bed, which is 3 of us, tosses and turns quite a bit, that I wake up and it's off.
Have you ever tried tying the end of it?
Yeah, but it comes this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's not for everyone, just like everything.
Yeah.
But some people just use a silk pillow slip. Some people find that they just do an actual, what they call a pineapple. So where they do like a loose scrunchie on the top of their head. Reason being is that all of this part is protected. So it doesn't really matter if that goes a bit fuzzy, because then you'll go in the morning and let it all down. So that's an option. I've looked into silk bonnets. I don't know. It's too many options, too many variants. Ray, have you tried wearing 2?
I have not.
Have you seen my video on the double cozy?
No.
Okay, so there's I'm just looking around my room if I have a second one here. Okay, I'll just do this. I put a silk bonnet over the cozy. Stays on better.
There you go.
Naughty. So to double cozy, you can then put a second one on. So see how I've pulled that up? And then put a second one on as a headband.
Ooh.
Because when it's compacted, it's actually a bit tighter. When it's stretched out, the elasticity is more elongated or not as condensed. Condensed, that's a better word. So then you would put this one here, and then so sexy. I look like a nun, an old school nun, but a colourful one. So yes. What is best to sleep in with shorter hair that can't really be pineappled and stretches? I would say just refresh it. Just YOLO. I don't see many of your LOHY ads.
I see them all.
I see them
all day long.
You have to comment on them. We've got some
Like
really good new ones coming out. So, yes. But anyway, I think this is enough for tonight. It's 8:38. Everyone can, well, Skye and I want to go home. Well, actually, there's people in her bed. She maybe doesn't want to go home.
Sleep in the other beds.
But yes, keep asking your questions. We will keep answering them as long as they keep getting asked. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. There is some info on Rain Check on how to use it for brunette hair. We've talked through the differences between thicker, smoother, wavier hair versus finer, dense, curlier hair. So really good. I use the old school butterfly clip things. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, keep chatting. So fun. Love you curl friends, and we will hang out again And next one, my girlfriend Ray is going to come on. This is her formal notification. Ray, you are coming on. Next one. I'm saying it here so I may remember. And she's got finer curls. It's going to be a really great session, just hearing what she does. She's a nurse. She has to have her hair back all the time. So really good to kind of chat through different hair textures. See you guys. Thanks, Skye.